Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, this is Jesse with the Common Nerd, and man, I'll tell you what, we knew we were going to get a lot of hot piles of steaming garbage coming out of Disney Marvel when it came to 2025, right? Obviously, it's one of them situations where we know they've had a lot of things that were in the cooks and in the books and in the can for quite a while, and because of the strikes and because of other things, they didn't release a lot of stuff that was supposed to come out over the last couple of years. And well, boys and girls, one of those is none other than your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man animated TV series. And boys and girls, if you haven't seen that trailer yet, don't avoid it. We watched it on our live stream. We went over it. And yes, we cringed. It was bad. It was stupid. It was ridiculous. But of course, it also gave us some wonderful information about what we can expect from the trailer. And when you find out who's behind this and his body of work that he's done in the past, well, I think all of it will make sense because boys and girls, there's more of the race swapping going on and color us shocked there. And also probably the thing that offended me the most about this trailer is once again, not just the race swaps, which of course basically we all just kind of roll our eyes at this point. It's like, oh, another day in why Marvel and Hollywood decides to race swap somebody else. But I'm so irritated. I am so over this garbage nonsense of Peter Parker getting hand-me-downs from everybody else. Peter Parker is supposed to be a genius in his own right. He develops his own tech. He has his own business. He does all of these incredible things. And of course, if you watch the trailer, you'll find out, or if you've even heard about it, that, hey, guess what? Instead of having Tony Stark develop all of his tech and give him all the cool suits, well, now it's going to be a race swap Norman Osborn in this one, boys and girls. And though we don't know yet, I think once you see a picture of Harry Osborn out there, I think it'll be a pretty safe bet to figure out that at some point during the series, we will find out that Harry is, of course, non-binary. And I think once you see the pictures, you'll understand exactly why we see this. So, of course, boys and girls, we're going to cover this. We're going to get all the juicy details. We're going to show you all the nonsense. We're going to show you all the garbage. But before we do, if you do enjoy our content, hit that like button, share with all your friends, and subscribe or follow if you have not already, boys and girls, because we are grinding, we are growing, and I could not do that without every single one of you. Also, if there's a comment in the section down below, does it surprise you at all that Disney Marvel decided to go this direction with, of course, the animated series out there? Does the race swap surprise you in any way, shape, or form? Does it bug you that they're making the black guy now a known villain, that even in actual Spider-Man continuity did some very heinous acts to our dear, sweet, and beautiful Gwen Stacy, ladies and gentlemen? Is this really the kind of portrayal they want for a black man inside of the MCU? Well, either way, that's exactly what we're going to get. So we're going to get all the so let us know what you think about all this in the comment section down below. And if you'd like to support the channel, please check out the links in the description as well. So from CosmicBook.News and our dear sweet Matt McGloin, Marvel introduces Black Norman Osborn and Harry Osborn because of course they did. Boys and girls, of course they did. And how dare you use Captain America to promote your garbage out here? With the release of your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man trailer, it's revealed that Marvel has introduced new black versions of Norman Osborn and Harry Osborn. And not just that, but I'm pretty sure we're going to get a black Flash as well, because hey, what do you want to bet that football player out there is going to end up being Flash Thompson? Oh yes, boys and girls, color us shocked on that one as well. So not only are they doing the Osborns, but we're also doing that as well. And then, I mean, honestly, look at this picture. There's a better picture of Harry here that we're going to get up to, but I mean, you can already see the man bun from right here. I mean, holy cow. So the series was meant at one time to be the origin story for the MCU Spider-Man, originally titled Spider-Man Freshman Year, set before the events of Captain America Civil War, but has since been changed where the show takes place in an alternate timeline where Norman Osborn becomes the mentor of Peter Parker, not Tony Stark. Oh, wow. Color us shocked there. Spider-Man Peter Parker can't be a genius on his own right. He's going to have some other already established character inside of the universe hand me all of his tech. I am so tired of this Iron Boy knockoff of Spider-Man garbage. I mean, what are they going to call him? Green Goblin Jr. on this one? I mean, this is just so stupid. I am so sick and tired of Peter Parker not being able to stand on his own. This stuff is just hot garbage, and Disney Marvel just continues to reiterate this garbage over and over and over again. So the best part about this is, at least it's not actually set in the MCU. This is an alternate timeline, because of course it is. Oh, Disney with another alternate timeline. Here we go again. The details of this series were first revealed back in 2022 with art and images released. However, as fans pointed out at the time, the details didn't sync up with the MCU. Spider-Man No Way Home established various characters didn't exist in the MCU, yet is present in the animated series. Well, it's because it's your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man is not set in the MCU anymore. Yeah, apparently that didn't work out very well for him. And yeah, of course, the race swapping and all that kind of nonsense garbage that I'm sure they wanted to do right from the very beginning, yeah, needless to say, was not going to go over very well. So Black Harry Osborn, the images released for Spider-Man freshman year at the time also led fans to question if the characters were indeed black versions of Norman and Harry Osborn, which the trailer and IMDb now make perfectly clear. And no, this, even though they say this is from the studio that brought you X-Men 97, well, as we all know, Bo DeMeo was very, very unceremoniously fired from Disney Marvel after producing what is arguably the only decent quality Marvel series that Disney has produced actually on their streaming service first out there, X-Men 97. And now, well, guess what? They fired Bo DeMeo, and everybody over there at Animation is going to absolutely and totally screw that up and make it even worse for the season 2 and season 3. I promise you that, boys and girls, because guess what? Bo DeMeo flat out told us all, and color us shocked there, the people that are currently in charge of Disney's animation over there at Disney Marvel, well, guess what? They hate the source material in every way possible. So yeah, you might have got one good season out of X-Men 97, but now that Bo DeMeo's gone, guess what? It's all going to be hot garbage afterwards. Unfortunately, I think he was one of the guys that got considered fired in the activist producer roundup, where he certainly didn't deserve that in any way, shape, or form. And clearly, based on who's running the show now, yeah, this is going to be hot garbage. And there he is. There's the picture. I mean, boys and girls, if this doesn't scream non-binary in the modern era, I don't know what does out there. Because I mean, literally, look at this. He got the man bun. He got the earrings. Kind of looks like he might be wearing makeup on his lips. Not entirely sure 100% on that one, but that's one of the folks out there in the chat pointed that out. There's a good possibility of that as well. But I mean, seriously, could you have gotten any more douchebaggery with this look? It's absolute trash. I'm surprised he doesn't have a nose ring. Honestly, I'm surprised he doesn't have a bull ring going on. So the trailer also says your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man is from the same studio that brought you X-Men 97. While true, it's from Marvel Studios, it is not from the former X-Men showrunner Bo DeMeo, who recently blasted Marvel's What If Season 3. Oh yes, if we've got time, we're definitely going to get to that in another video, boys and girls. So your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man was created by LGBTQ Craig of the Greek writer. And oh yes, if you don't think Harry Osborn's gonna end up being non-binary, well, boys and girls, I've probably got some oceanfront property in Arizona to sell you. Jeff Tremel is the head writer who hasn't previously worked with Marvel. Oh, color us shocked there. Another inexperienced person that gets to play in the Marvel sandbox. I bet he was a diversity hire, wasn't he? According to IMDb, Tremel is known for Craig of the Greek, which according to Wiki, features themes of friendship, diversity, and LGBTQ representation that have attracted a broad fan base. Yeah, probably not. We generally know how all that kind of stuff goes. So yes, you will see LGBTQ alphabet soup mafia nonsense representation in the new Spider-Man series. Oh, color us shocked there, because we know when these people write this kind of stuff, it's the only thing they know how to write, and they can't get out of the way themselves to make sure that they force all of their own personal mental issues and all of the kind of things that they're dealing with around the world into their own art. Color us shocked there. And it's going to be a children's show, so oh yay. So Marvel.com has also confirmed the voice cast. Voicing Norman Osborn is Coleman Domingo, who's also known for lots of roles, including Lincoln, Selma, Fear the Walking Dead, and Passing Strange. That's fine. Voicing Harry Osborn? Yes, Harry is male, though it is presently unknown if he identifies as one. And I mean, seriously, look at the pictures. Really? Is Zeno Robinson, who is also known for voicing characters in Marvel's What If, The Milk Jug, Bleach, Spidey and His Amazing Friends, Transformers Earthspark, Batman Arkham Shadow, and more. Well, at least they've got some guys with good pedigrees. But yeah, needless to say, and I mean, seriously, doesn't this look like he's trying to choke on a dick right there? I mean, it's one of them situations where we got to get more people out there. 30-year-old Hudson Thames provides the voice for teenage Peter Parker and Spider-Man. Also, Charlie Cox is supposed to voice Daredevil, and Vincent D'Onofrio's Wilson Fisk. But again, your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man takes place in an alternate timeline, so it won't be the MCU's Man Without Fear or Kingpin. And there we go. And they say celebrate here. I like the celebrates the characters' early comic book roots. I mean, yeah, there's an argument to be made that maybe this is supposed to be an homage, but honestly, I would just call it an absolute ripoff because color shock there. They don't know how to do anything new or original, so of course they went back to the comics and completely and totally decided to rip something else off. So we did drops on January 25th and all of that kind of stuff. And what else they got in here? There we go. Peter Parker's on the way to becoming a hero while the journeying unlike we've ever seen in a style that celebrates the character's early comic groups. Well, that might be the description, but yeah, I don't agree with this in any shape or form. We've watched the trailer. It looks like hot garbage. It looks like smashed butt. And I mean, honestly, it's one of them situations. I don't like this color palette. I don't like how flat all of this kind of stuff is. It feels like the animation style is extremely cheap. And of course, they did the race swap, and it's only going to be a matter of time before we find out that Harry Osborn probably has a boyfriend and is probably going to be introduced very shortly into the show. Because yeah, boys and girls, this is hot garbage. It also completely and totally rips off the original Amazing Spider-Man soundtrack from like way back in the day and turns into like this stupid little rap theme. I mean, the trailer is just cringe. It is unbearable. It is ridiculous. It is over the top. And this show is going to turn into hot garbage. So it's not just the race swapping of the Osborns that they're doing. It's everything about this thing that looks like absolute hot garbage. And like we talked about in the very beginning of the video, we knew that there was going to be a lot of these kind of activist produced products coming out over the next year because Disney has had so many of them in the can out there and they've been ready to go for so long. I mean, Agatha is one of those ones that was supposed to come out a long time ago as well. There's a bunch of other stuff that has been in the can. So all of those people, all those activists out there, right, that supposedly have been fired from inside of Disney Marvel, which there's no reason not to believe what Chris Gore said about all of that. Well, this is a lot of going to be the fruits of their labor coming out in 2025. We've got Black Captain America, or we've got Captain Black America. Of course, we've got the Thunderbolts. We've got, of course, there's a very good possibility the Fantastic Four will end up being garbage as well. But there's all this kind of stuff that we know that they've got all these other series and all this other kind of hot garbage. And of course, they're dumping it in January. Why do they dump it in January? Because January is historically always the worst month for anything to get released. Nobody's watching it. Everybody's broke after the holidays. Like, nobody wants to bother with any of this kind of stuff. Nobody's ready. Nobody wants to go anywhere. Nobody wants to do anything. And that's why they drop a lot of stuff. It's the same reason why they did Echo last year in January. It's the same reason why they're doing the Spider-Man. They already know this is going to be a hot pile of steaming garbage that the fans are going to reject in every single way, shape, and form. And honestly, they're probably going to drop it all at once. At least they haven't said specifically whether or not they're going to drop it all at once or if they're going to do it. If they drop it all at once, I guarantee you that's another one of those signs that you know it's going to be hot garbage if they don't do a weekly release. If they do a weekly release, oh, boys and girls, I can't wait to report on the non-existent viewing numbers, because that's exactly what this is going to happen. This is an abomination. This is more of a retread of the same kind of garbage we've won once before. And as always, the audience has become smarter than a lot of these little the audience has always been smarter than all of these little psychopaths inside of Disney Marvel that want to do representation for absolutely everything. And they're going to see this, they're going to see the race swap, and they're going to immediately tune this out just like they have every once before. Because why? Because these are giant red flags. And we know when they concentrate on diversity, inclusion, and equity, storytelling and everything else suffers. And not to mention the fact that the animation style looks like trash. And it's just, oh, wow, there you go. Peter Parker's got to get all of his tech from somebody else. I'm sick and tired of this, and I think the majority of the fans are as well. Spider-Man, your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, is going to flop miserably, and it's just going to be another wasted hundreds of millions of dollars over there at Disney Marvel that burned on the altar to the woke cult, the diversity, inclusion, and equity. And guess what? It's going to flop just like everything else has. The fans hate this. The audience hates this. Everybody hates this. And even Disney Marvel knows this is going to be garbage. That's why they're dropping it in January. And boys and girls, I can't wait to report to you how much this is going to flop, because this is an abomination, and Disney deserves all of your ear, all of your comments, and all of your comments and talking about this and all of the pushback that they are going to get. This is just another basic bitch move when it comes to Spider-Man, and it's going to flop just like everything else they've done in the past, boys and girls.